Hello, my potatoes. Is this even working? I don't know. So, anyways, Potato Bill Schmidt here. It has been a little while, not as long as before, but yeah. Today is gonna be quite an interesting video, and I'm probably going to be laughing quite a bit, but who knows? So last night I was just fooling around and making improv stories, like creepy stories. And I found out that I could do a pretty good mysterious deep voice for creepy stories. So I felt like I should reread one of my old quote unquote creepy pasta stories that I wrote, let's see, 3 years ago? I reread the first chapter and it is the cringiest thing. This whole thing is going to be cringy because 13-year-old me was a very cringy child, and that's why I'm going to be laughing, because it's going to be very awkward for me, but also really funny. It's been a while since I've read this, so yeah, we'll just see what happens. This picture here, I did not draw that when I first came onto the site that I wrote this on, quote V. I had a few friends and I wrote this story and they liked it because we were all cringy early teenagers and it was good. And so she drew fan art. I don't even know if she has an account still. I put her in the credits in the endless story, so maybe we'll see if she still has her account. She drew this for me, and yeah, and I used that, and it was good. It was better than my drawing. All right, so let's get right into this. We'll start with the info. So this picture here was the one I drew because I was like, oh yeah, chibis, and that's how I thought chibis were drawn. So it looks horrid. I'm sorry. Anyways, the little info for it, summary. This is the story of how normal 19-year-old Joe McCraylor becomes Chainsaw Joe. And I published this November 2nd, 2013, updated December 12th, 2013. Last I read it was like last year sometime. So there's 6 pages and 128 reads and creepypasta. I'm not a creepypasta fan anymore. I left that ages ago. But yeah, this is what I was into creepypasta. I think this is like a Mary Sue story because who knows? We'll see what happens. Let's go. All right, so here it is. Chainsaw Joe's story, Chapter 1. I'm gonna try and do this deep, mysterious voice, and I'm probably gonna fail it because this is so funny for me. Okay, let's go. Chainsaw Joe's story, Chapter 1, At the Forest. Hey there, I'm Joe, Joseph Harris McCraylor, but you can call me Joe. I'm 19 years old, and I work with my father and his friends at a lumber mill in New Jersey. My papa, yes, I call my dad Papa, allows me to use a chainsaw, but it's getting old and rusty. I'm sorry. I even nicknamed the old piece of garbage Lil Rusty. Hopefully I could get a new chainsaw soon, but for now, I have to use Lil Rusty. Right now, I am at the lumber mill. I have my chainsaw and I am working on cutting down some trees. Ralph, one of Papa's best friends, is helping me. He's the only one I get along with well. The rest always boss me around, and I sometimes, maybe, will overreact. So as I was saying before, I am cutting down some trees. Ralph is getting some trees nearby. If I need help, I just call his name and he will come. Right now, I'm working on a large oak, and it's being a little. This word here. This word. I keep cutting it, and cutting it, and cutting it, but it still won't just fall. Grr. Finally, I call over Ralph to see if he can help me. He comes over and works with me to chop this tree down. We manage to get it leaning and rocking after a few minutes. Then we get it knocked down. That critical. Ralph and I bro-fisted our success. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop now. We sit down on the fallen tree and take a break for a second until George comes over. George, now on the other hand, is the guy I like the least. He's a huge jerk face to everyone, especially me. And when he saw me and Ralph sitting on the tree, his face got all red. He starts to yell like a madman. I just ignore him and sit down on the tree. Ralph gets worried. Then out of the blue, a punch hits me in the face. I fly back off the log and fall onto the mud. A thin drizzle starts to fall. Dun, dun, dun. George is the one who punched me, and it's him who challenges me to a fight. Ralph tries to persuade George to give me a break, but George shoves him away. That is the last straw. No one shoves my friends around. I march up to George and smile deceivingly. George looks down at me in confusion. Then I punch him in the face, sending him flying a few feet. George unsteadily rises up. I lift my fist, ready for more. George shakes his head and comes at me, his arms outstretched. I meet him, and we have a fist fight. That is chapter 1. Chapter 2, Running from a Fault. I could come up with pretty good titles, just saying. Papa's workers all surround us, chanting George on. I ignore the taunts thrown at me, only wanted to show who's capable of what. After a few bruises, cuts, and minor injuries, George is laid on the ground, a light of blood trickling out of his mouth. A steady downpour pounds around the forest. The guys all move to George. I back off, happy to be the champion of this fight. Ralph comes up to me and tells me that George is dead. Dead? I killed George? How? I look over at George's body to see that his eyes are glazed. Oh no. This is so cliche and cringy. Why did I write this ever? Why? Just why? Mike, George's friend, yells that I should die. The guys split up. Most of them grab George's body and carry him to Papa. The rest, besides Ralph, come chasing after me. I'm already sprinting between the trees trying to lose the furious men. I hear them crack branches beneath their boots. I have a pretty good lead on them. I decide to climb a tree because I'm pretty good. And I am the only one at the mill who can. Just lucky. Lucky him. I wonder how he got that. Anyways. I stop, look for a tree, and find one. I listen for the guy's footsteps. I hear them, but they are soft. They steadily get louder, so I hurry to the tree and search for a foothold. I work my way up and manage to get to the top. I hold my breath, hoping the men won't notice the swaying branches. They run right past the tree. Lucky again. Rolls eyes. I stay up there for a few more minutes. The rain passes. I watch the sun sit down past the trees. I can't go back to my cabin, to Papa. I can't return to the mill, my death. I can only run away from my faults. I slide down the tree, hopping the last few feet. I look around and hop away. Why would you hop away? Anyways, I return to the sack of death and snatch off the little Rusty. Gee. I won't leave my favorite thing here to rust, even though it's already pretty rusted through. My God, that was awful. I sneak to the shed and grab some oil for my chainsaw. I sneak out and away from everything I know. That was chapter 2, guys. Let's go to the next chapter. Chapter 3, A New Home. Alright, so I'll read this and then make like part 2 because this goes on for a while. Here. Yeah. No, my keyboard's messed up. I'm sorry. Okay. So, as you can see, the chapters we're on chapter 3, and there's 3 other chapters plus the credits. Author's note too. So, we'll stop here. This will be part 1. I'll make part 2 and upload that as well. So let's see. Chapter 3: A New Home. It has been weeks since accidentally murdered George. I ran to the deep part of the forest and kept running until I couldn't see where I was going. 2 reasons why I couldn't see. 1, it was dark out. 2, I was sort of crying. What a guy. I missed Papa and Ralph, but I knew returning would mean certain death. I'm just a cringy 13-year-old. I just wiped the tears away and climbed a tree. I will be safer up there than down on the ground with the wolves. 'Cause, yep, they've got wolves, people. Gee, down late to forest. Who would have known? I find a crook in the branches and lay down. Hopefully I won't fall. I fall into a fitful sleep consisting of nightmares that had Papa dead and Ralph dead. I woke myself up and reminded myself that it was George, and I will never be the same. In the morning, I could tell because I have a watch. I awake tired and hungry. I have some money in my pocket, but not enough to live by. I'm going to hate to do this, but I think I'm going to steal money or food. Probably both, but I don't want to. I sigh, clamber down the tree, and look at my surroundings. I recognize this is the part of the forest where Papa said we won't cut down. I've been here many times as a child. This is where I first learned to climb trees, and this is where Papa will expect me to be if I wanted to be alone. I won't be able to stay in this part either. Luckily, I know a way out of the forest from here to leave. Forever. I trek through the undergrowth, my boots crunching the dead leaves and branches quite loud. I finally get to the edge of the woods, my home. I look down the hill and watch the cars zoom on the state highway. I look to the right, nothing but the highway and forest on both sides. I look to the left, I see a few signs that are sort of small, but close enough to be recognizable. Ha! The horizon. First I need money and food, then I can get shelter. I take the path I took to get to the highway, back to the forest and back to the mill. I know it's risky, but I need food and money. I sneak a little farther to the cabin I used to live in with Papa. I smell the fire and I smell bacon. My stomach growls at the scent. But will I be able to bring myself to rob my dad? I'm going to have to. I peek through the window and see Papa in his room, the back room. He's crying. I quickly go up front, get in, and snatch some food from the pantry. I go to the money bin and stash wads of cash in my pockets. I sprint out of the house, out of the woods, into the highway once more. A new home is what I need, and I tromp off to the signs in the distance. Just remember, he still has a little rusty with him, so just so you know. After walking several miles, more than half the day, I finally find a cheap motel to stay at for the first time being. Time being, what? I only have to pay $10 a night, which is great because I grabbed about $600. Gasp. I gave over the money. She gave over the key and I locked myself in the small room. I know I wouldn't be able to stay, but for now it will do. I lay down on the bed thinking. After some time I snatch some bacon from my knapsack and munch on it. It's cold, but okay. I finish up and fall asleep. Finally a new home. Only temporarily, but still. That was chapter 3. So that's part 1 of this very cringy storytelling, I guess. Yeah, I'll do part 2. That'll be up later, and yeah. Oh wow, someone gave me a notification. Okay, anyways. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this cringy story written by 13-year-old me, and part 2 will be up soon, and remember Lil Rusty, because Lil Rusty is the best. Not really. Thank you again. Like if you liked the video, it means a lot to me. Keeps me motivated to make videos. I'm like one of those YouTubers. Oops. Thank you again. Stay awesome. Peace out. Potato out. Bye.